Hi friends, today I am going to review the book, Corporate Creativity: How Innovation and Improvement Actually Happen by Alan G. Robinson and Sam Stern. The true nature of corporate creativity. The true nature of corporate creativity is that most creative acts are unplanned and unexpected. A company is creative when its employees do something new and possibly useful without directly being shown or taught. Creativity can and should happen in every organization, including companies with highly standardized procedures. You can see the results of corporate creativity in improvements, corporate changes, and innovations, entirely new corporate activities. While you cannot predict who will generate creative ideas, what the ideas will be, or when they will occur, you can increase the likelihood of creativity in your company. The no preconceptions principle. Preconceptions about who will be creative, what they do, and how they do it limit your company's creativity. The firm's real strength lies in promoting and recognizing creativity from all employees. Most creative acts come from employees who are not regarded as particularly creative. You cannot know in advance. 1. Who will initiate a creative act? 2. What it will be. 3. When it will occur. 4. How it will occur. The routine and the non-routine. High-quality products and services require routine work, which must be planned for and executed consistently. Standardization is necessary for safety, quality, and efficiency, but creativity still counts. People encounter unplanned for events during even the most standardized procedures. These non-routine aspects of work give employees the opportunity to respond with a creative act. Every employee knows something about your company nobody else knows. This is a valuable, untapped source of creativity. Creativity and intelligence. Research on creativity reinforces the no preconceptions principle. You cannot know in advance who will initiate a creative act. Studies show: 1. Any person intelligent enough to perform his or her work is just as likely as anyone else to be creative. 2. Age has nothing to do with creativity. 3. Risk-takers are not more likely to be creative than other person. 4. Expertise can either help or hinder creativity. The 6 essential elements of corporate creativity. You can increase creativity in the workplace by implementing the 6 essential elements of all creative acts: alignment, self-initiated activity, unofficial activity, serendipity, diverse stimuli, and within-company communication. Alignment. Alignment occurs when all employees focus on your company's main goals so each person can recognize and respond to a potentially good idea. Very few companies are in alignment. First, alignment involves your company's intangible culture and environment. Perceiving it requires a holistic view. Developing and maintaining proper alignment takes time, resources, and discipline. Often, management prefers to put energy into measurable results rather than focus on aligning employees with company goals. Second, out-of-alignment companies can function and even make a profit. Still, strong alignment is necessary for your company to be consistently creative and reach its highest potential. The majority of creative acts are self-initiated, which explains why they are unanticipated by management. Recognize the value and the need for alignment in your company. While evasive, it affects how everyone makes decisions. Identify sources of misalignment. Scrutinize policies and practices. Are the actions and interests of employees in line with the company? Do people contribute new ideas? Are their ideas met with prompt action? Conduct surveys and focus groups to provide insight into employees' perceptions. Ask why good ideas did not receive prompt follow-through. Self-initiated activity. Intrinsic motivation, or the desire to work for its own sake, is much more conducive to creativity than extrinsic motivation, the desire to work for rewards. People are naturally inclined to explore and create, which leads to initiation of new activities. Unanticipated creative acts, which companies tend to ignore, result only from self-initiated activity. Companies with high levels of creative activity are those which provide effective follow-through on employee ideas. A bad system will beat a good person every time. The system must: 1. Reach all employees. 2. Be user-friendly. 3. Provide strong follow-through. 4. Record ideas. 5. Be based on intrinsic motivation. Unofficial activity. Unofficial activity occurs in the absence of direct official support, with the employee's desire to do something beneficial. A project or activity's official status can stifle all creative impulses. When you have time to play around and experiment with an idea, that gives the idea a safe haven to develop, until you can handle opposition or criticism. Corporate creativity involves combining ideas, knowledge, and skills in new, unanticipated ways. Boundaries within the corporate structure can seriously block official activity, but they cannot block unofficial activity. Much creative activity is the result of informal poking around, experimenting, and exploiting the unexpected. For creative acts to occur, make room for and encourage unofficial activity. Most policies allot a specific amount of time for idea development. An executive at 3M said his company allotted 15% because anything smaller would send the message that unofficial activity was not worth the time or effort. A higher time allotment would require management of the unofficial activity. Tell employees your company encourages them to work unofficially if they have the opportunity to develop something new and possibly useful. Internal publications should cover employees' creative acts and stress the role that unofficial activity played. Ensure that unofficial activity does not remain hidden. Managers and employees should be aware of what their colleagues are doing. This legitimizes the unofficial activity, and some may be able to contribute their expertise. Serendipity. Serendipity is a discovery made by fortunate accident, with the element of keenness of insight or sagacity. Creativity often involves putting together things that seemed previously unconnected. Serendipity helps bridge the distance between them. It always combines something from the people involved, sagacity, and something from the situation they work in, the fortunate accident. An accident is fortunate only if you have the insight to see its value. It may take a keen eye. Serendipity may not happen in one monumental event, but in a steady, continuous drizzle of small events. Any form of quotas for ideas, whether implicit or explicit, is counterproductive. Diverse stimuli. A stimulus can provide new insight into a project or activity. While you cannot predict how an employee will react, most will rise to new stimuli. Provide opportunities for employees to tell others about the stimuli they received and the possibilities the new circumstance suggested to them. Unofficial activity does not recognize official boundaries. Official boundaries often prevent the unanticipated combining of ideas, knowledge, and skill that is so important to creativity. To an unofficial project, these boundaries don't exist. Fortunate accidents are rarely one-shot events. They arise when people interact with each other and their work. They are often a continuous drizzle of tiny, almost imperceptible events that may escape the attention of all but the most alert and motivated observers. Occasionally, a cloudburst comes along and makes these events easier to see. 4 strategies can produce diverse stimuli. 1. Identify stimuli and provide them to employees. 1. For example, lecture series, special events, libraries, newsletters, and study sabbaticals. 2. Rotate employees in jobs. 3. Arrange for employees to interact with others outside the organization, customers, dealers, suppliers, and distributors. 4. Create ways for employees to bring in stimuli they find. 4. Less powerful people often receive the most stimuli. 4. They need encouragement to communicate their ideas. Within company communication, every company requires planned activities that establish the necessary lines of employee communication, yet formal communication routes do not foster creativity, which requires a degree of chance. Unplanned for communications happen more in smaller companies. The larger the company, the more likely that its people are creative. However, they are also less likely to attain their full potential without assistance. Management's openness to unanticipated ideas will help employees fulfill their creative potential and achieve alignment. People require interaction to exchange information unexpectedly or to organize new projects in an organic way. A stimulus can either push someone in a completely new direction or give that person fresh insight into what he or she has already set out to do. A company's creative potential increases rapidly with its size. The larger the company, the more likely that the components of a creative act are already present, but the less likely that they will be brought together without some help. How to promote within company communication. 1. Find ways for people from different departments to meet. 1. Once a week in Japan, Ito Yokado managers travel from all directions to headquarters. 1. Innovation centers and tech fairs provide opportunities for interaction. 2. Provide fun, interesting opportunities for employees to learn about how the organization works. 3. The more they understand, the more chances they have to make creative connections based on knowledge. 3. Make responding to employee ideas a new organizational priority. Takeaways. Corporate creativity involves combining ideas, knowledge, and skills in new, unanticipated ways. The majority of creative acts come from people you might not have thought of as creative. Routine aspects of work deliver high-quality products and services. Non-routine aspects give employees the opportunity to act creatively. All employees, regardless of age, intelligence, or expertise, are a valuable resource of creativity. Intrinsic motivation, the desire to work for its own sake, is more conducive to creativity than extrinsic motivation, the desire to work for rewards. Provide ways for employees to exchange ideas and encourage them to participate in activities unrelated to their work. Make frequent job rotations, even across boundaries and functions. Playing around with an idea and experimenting with it gives the idea a safe haven to develop until you can handle opposition or criticism. An accident is fortunate if you have the insight to see its value. Serendipity may not happen in one monumental discovery, but in a steady, continuous drizzle of small events. If you enjoy our content and would like to stay updated with our latest videos, please like, share, and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you so much for watching.